Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the Achiever in You.
Now it's time for our weekly segment on dollars and cents. Rather than just a week, we are making sense of a generation of transformation in our region and marking it with a 30th anniversary, my own. 30 years ago this month, I arrived in Pittsburgh as a reporter for another TV station in town. I came here like a lot of television news people, thinking I'd be here a few years before I moved on for the next stepping stone in my career. But what I found here was an amazing story it's taken the better part of a career to cover. You see, 30 years ago, our region took one of the biggest steps backwards suffered by any place in the country in the second half of the 20th century. The metro unemployment rate was around 18%, and there was every reason to wonder whether our region could recover from the collapse of its industrial-centered economy. Well, today we attract global attention for one of the great American comebacks. We still make steel here, but we do a lot of other things well too, from finance and energy to healthcare and IT. Today, more people are working in the region than ever before, and our population appears to be growing. And with the rebirth of the energy industry, the economic outlook is brighter than it's been since the Second World War. I've thought a lot about all of this of late. The anniversaries seem to do that. I've remembered the visionaries of the early 80s who said the region could reclaim the spirit of entrepreneurship that built it in the first place and unlock innovation in its colleges, universities, and medical centers to create new products and companies. I've gotten to know many of the business leaders who learned the hard lessons in the 80s that made them better managers and leaders when they finally made it to the corner office. They've embraced technology themselves, globalized homegrown companies, and learned to make the most of globalization. And I've told the stories of so many civic leaders in business, government, and the nonprofit world who never gave up on our region. For a generation, they've crossed organizational and political boundaries and party lines to find a way to do what's right for our region. It's the true power of Pittsburgh to innovate and collaborate. As the famed architect Daniel Burnham once said, "Make no small plans." Pittsburgh's a place that makes big plans and makes them a reality. Do that, and indeed, the world will beat a path to your door. It's been a great run and a privilege to get to tell the story. And thankfully, we've got a number of good years left, I hope, and I really want to see how this story turns out. For today, we're out of time. So for the staff of Our Region's Business and for the Allegheny Conference, I'm Bill Flanagan. Thanks for joining us, and have a profitable week ahead.